Hello and welcome to the property news here on Magic Bricks. Now, I'm Krishna Kumar. Let's take a look at the top stories that we're tracking.
Why can't this crime be registered under Organized Crime Act? And all these people should be booked under Organized Crime Act.
The BMC should refund 50% of the property tax collected from citizens to compensate for the potholed roads. That's the demand coming in from the state BJP unit. The BJP has also insisted that the BMC invoke the Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act, or MCOCA, against road scam accused. Magic Bricks now gets you exclusive details. Another Magic Bricks Now exclusive. 4 crucial sections in MOFA is set to be retained along with the regulator for Maharashtra. How will this empower home buyers? We tell you more. The fight for clean air gets a boost. The Green Tribunal wraps Delhi developers. Now developers will have to pay hefty fines for violating environmental norms. Straight to our big story. Magic Bricks Now's sustained campaign on Mumbai's potholed roads has made an impact. The BJP is now demanding that citizens get back 50% of the property taxes they've paid to compensate for the shoddy condition of the roads. The Mumbai BJP also wants to charge road scam accused under MCOCA or MCOCA, which is the Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act. MCOCA was originally brought in to break the back of Mumbai's mafia. Now, this would make corruption in road contracts a non-bailable offence. My colleague Disha Shah caught up with the BJP MLA Ashish Shelar. Listening to this conversation.
There are two things which are discussed in the assembly. Number one, we have seen that the quality of the roads in the Mumbai city is very bad, and we have seen many potholes in the Mumbai city. So I demanded that there is a FIR registered to investigate the role and a crime of the people involved into this entire scam. The FIR is registered first. The supervisors and the engineers of the contractors got arrested. Then the contractors came into the scene. And now the engineers, still the third-party auditors and consultants are scot-free. I have demanded that since this is a chain of the crime, not a single person is an accused in this case. There are different roles, and there may be many more will be involved in this. So in Maharashtra, there is a specific act which has to deal with the organized crime. So why can't this crime be registered under Organized Crime Act? And all these people should be booked under Organized Crime Act. That is number one. Number two, Mumbaikars are paying a heavy tax. This year we can see around 4,900 and odd crore rupees has been collected as a property tax, out of which around 691 crore, is approximately 700 crores, are given as a street tax. Now once you pay the street tax, what is expected that you will have a good road. But we see that there is a bad road from all 3-4 years. So whether BMC is eligible to collect this tax or no, BMC needs to discuss the same, and therefore I demanded that at least this year 50% minimum tax relaxation as far as street tax is concerned should be given to the Mumbaikars. The road should be made in a proper condition. The state government was very clear that as far as street tax issue is concerned, this needs to be discussed in BMC. So state government has requested the BMC to discuss about the same. And as far as MCOCA, Organized Crime Act, crime has to be registered, Law and Judiciary Department of state government will give the opinion, and then the state government will take action.
Okay. Any deadline or any timeline that the state government has promised to both the issues?
State government has not replied that because nobody has asked that. But surely I'll demand by writing to them that it should be a time-bound inquiry.
Now, we also caught up with Abha Singh, a lawyer and activist, to understand what this development means. Listen to what she had to say.
In MCOCA, first thing is it should be an organized crime. There should be a gang leader. There should be more than 2 to 3 members who are working in an organized way. However, Mumbai police needs to investigate whether there is a cartel of contractors who don't let anyone else bid for the contracts of pothole filling, and whether only these people are taking the contracts and no one meritorious is allowed. If that is the way, or if there are, like in Uttar Pradesh and other states, it is seen in railway contracts, contracts, if some outsider comes and bids, he is threatened, he is murdered. So if something like that is happening over here, then of course MCOCA can be used for these corrupt contractors. Otherwise, if it is not organized, if there is no group leader, then MCOCA cannot be used. I think the BMC employees, the BMC ward officer or BMC officers who are promoting the cause of the corrupt contractors, who are purposely ensuring that the bids of filling roads and potholes is given to the corrupt contractors, they can be tried under the Prevention of Corruption Act, where there is an imprisonment up to 7 years. So all the BMC employees who are hand in glove with the contractors, they should be arrested under the Prevention of Corruption Act. Whereas for these contractors, if they have a history of criminal record and are facing more than 2 charge sheets, then MCOCA can be slapped on them. Otherwise, they should be arrested, action taken under 337 and 338 of the Indian Penal Code.
Well, the BMC has assured us repeatedly that in 48 hours of filing a complaint about bad roads or a pothole, that the civic body will come together and fix that pothole.
We saw absolutely no sign of any reparation work being done or that had been done.
My question to you is, has the BMC failed this city?
There's nothing like overnight solution.
There should be an overnight solution.
No, they can't.
Chief Minister should step in.
Then India can go on winners, but we cannot find a solution that how to fill the potholes.
It's not about the parties that rule in BMC, it's about the administration that spends this money, and where is this money going?
At this point, we are at a crisis situation in Mumbai.
We have to change the system upside down.
Where is the Swachh Bharat cess going? Why isn't our city cleaner? Where is the VAT going? Where is the property tax going? Where is the accountability for the taxes that we pay in our city?
Are you watching The Urban Debate? Only on Magic Bricks Now.
Now, the Maharashtra government authorities have told Magic Bricks Now that MOFA, or Maharashtra Ownership of Flat Act, will coexist along with the Maharashtra real estate regulator. Now, as per our sources, with the government of Maharashtra will in fact retain the key sections of MOFA, while the rest of it will become inoperative once Maharashtra's brand new real estate regulator comes into force. Now, will this move give more power to home buyers? Ruchi Deshpande gets us this report.
Effectively ending the debate as to whether certain sections of MOFA will be retained or repealed after the Maharashtra housing regulator comes into force. Sources from the Maharashtra government exclusively tell Magic Bricks Now that there are 5 sections of MOFA, or Maharashtra Ownership of Flats Act, that will be retained, which means that they will be operated even after the Maharashtra housing regulator draft rules are established and they come into force. Well, let me just take you through some of those sections which will be retained. For example, we have section 4A that states effect of non-registration, which basically means that the developer has to put up all the details of his project and register them with the Maharashtra state government. We also have section 5 which states that there is a provision in MOFA to maintain a separate account, and the developer will use funds from that account only for the project which they have been collected for. And perhaps the most noteworthiest of them is section 12A, which states that the developer will not cut off any essential supplies. This is basically to honor the agreement under MOFA, which will be between the developer and the buyer. In any case, the developer will not cut off any supplies to the residents of the building that he has built. So once again, there are 5 sections of MOFA that will be retained even after the Maharashtra housing regulator comes into place. Currently, the draft rules of the Maharashtra housing regulator are with the law and the judiciary department, and it will be some time before they are submitted to the Maharashtra housing ministry for further course of action.
And to give us more perspective on the matter, we're being joined on the phone line by Uday Vavikar, advocate and VP of the Consumer Court Bar Association, Maharashtra and Goa. Uday, thank you so much for taking time out to be this here in the Property News. Tell us, how will RERA and the sections in MOFA which have been retained coexist?
It is very good, but then it is half-hearted, because you are saying that section 4A will be retained, which is for registration. Then 4 should have been there, because the 4 says that the builder, if he accepts any sum of money, you have to register the agreement and cannot take more than 20% while booking. Now, this might be washed away. We'll have to watch whether there is an alternate section taken it in RERA to that effect. But it's a good welcome move. Apart from the fact that as far as the money is concerned, you have Section 5 to maintain an account, fine. There is nothing, no problem. Section 12A is also good enough.
I was just going to get there. Tell us, how important are these sections, which have been retained? Are these provisions enough to empower home buyers, more importantly?
No, they are important, but they are not as important. We'll have to literally now cross-tally, because nothing is said about deemed conveyance. Now, MOFA was amended in Maharashtra for deemed conveyance. We are still not aware whether that section is going to be there or they are going to add it RERA for deemed conveyance. Because deemed conveyance was picking up quite well to the extent that plenty of societies where there were no landlords available, the deemed conveyance was taking effectively. Now that has been gone back totally. Then, of course, consumer courts are open. But then, question is, if that section is removed, then will deemed conveyance stay or not? And there are, like I said, how much money builder should accept. Section 4 says only 1 rupee also he takes here to enter an agreement. We'll have to cross-check the RERA provisions now, whether they really take over and are those provisions there. Again, the parking provisions, then Section 3 of MOFA, which says the statutory obligations of a developer. We'll have to cross-check on that, because Section 3 is a very, very important section. It says that builder has to get the building completion certificate, he can't give the possession, he has to disclose everything properly. Then Section 6, where your builder is liable for the municipality taxes if he till conveyance, if he doesn't do conveyance in time and gets the OC in time. That liability we do not know. So there are many, we'll have to really see. These sections are good enough, but then we'll have to really see whether the RERA that is coming in covers this or it gives loose. Because otherwise parking can be sold.
All right. Any significant section in MOFA that you wish that the government would have retained?
I really feel that Section 4 and Section 6 are also very vital.
Okay.
Section 7 is very vital, because Section 7 says that if there is any alteration done by the builder after the plans are disclosed, he is not supposed to do these alterations without specific consent of every flat purchaser. Still, you are finding people are changing plans even now, even when Section 7 is there. But then again, courts are catching them. But the point is, if you do not have the corollary section of Section 7, then the builder left-right will change the plan, and then your flat will become smaller. There will be a total sellable area, and there will be another building in front of your building where there was a clubhouse or where there was a garden. Now the buildings will be so close that you can jump from one balcony to another, and if the plans are allowed to be changed, even you will find that in still parking you can have shops. So that is dangerous. So we'll have to cross-check whether RERA has got a complementary section in the Maharashtra now before removing these effective sections. Section 11 was on conveyance, but conveyance I think has been effectively taken care in RERA.
Okay.
Section 11 rule 9. But what I want is Section 7. What I really would recommend is Section 4. What I would really recommend is Section 6, where the municipal taxes, the builder is liable if he doesn't get the OC building completion certificate. And
okay.
Therefore, these are very vital sections, and I think even deemed conveyance is very, very important. One has to really look, and this will be in the recommendation that wing. We hope the Maharashtra government sees the good work that Supreme Court has done on Panchali cooperative in parking, that builder cannot sell open parking in the still parking without utilizing FSI. So all these are tested sections by the High Court and Supreme Court. I think if they are not properly taken care of, this entire MOFA combination of RERA will be diluting the entire industry, where there are a lot of checks, and it will affect the consumer.
All right, we'll have to let it go at that. Mr. Uday Vavekar, thank you as always for taking time out to be with us here on the Property News.
People getting this rent thing on caste basis and all that, and the religion basis, I think if you're getting the proper documents and all that, and proper verification of all the documents, they should get the place for rent and all that.
कोई जगह है ऐसी जहाँ जैन लोग, गुजराती लोग, मारवाड़ी लोग रहते हैं, वहाँ उनको एंट्री नहीं है, मगर मेरे हिसाब से ये गलत है, देना चाहिए। भाई आदमी है, मुसलमान का खून हरा तो नहीं है, लाल ही है, हैं, तो देना चाहिए।
ये ठीक भी नहीं, क्योंकि उन्होंने हाँ तो उनको भी कहाँ मिलेगा जगह ना, है ना। तो मेन इशू क्या ना, उनको भी इधर ये करने का है, जो स्टडी करने का और रहने के लिए तो जगह चाहिए ना। तो सोसाइटी वाले कोई मेंबर है वो थोड़े ये रहते हैं, थोड़े जरा ज़्यादा शाने रहते हैं, तो इनके लिए वो अच्छा नहीं है। नहीं,
basically it's quite a pain, honestly speaking, because we have to like there are a lot of stereotypical thoughts towards all these types of things, in which, you know, when you're looking to like get a house on rent, if you want to live your own life, people have these stupid suspicions that, you know, they're going to be partying inside the house, and, you know, the house will be a big mess, and we don't want one person to live alone out there.
We are 4 girls together, and we hunted around 24 houses, out of which few places we couldn't get the house just because we were girls. Yeah, that's the sad part, because they allow single boys, but then they don't allow single girls. And the second thing was, we had one of the girls with us was a Muslim, so they said the society doesn't allow any Muslims to stay. A lot of restrictions are there if you are a single girl, so you need to be back by 9. Even though your parents don't mind if you stay out till 11 o'clock, but the society people, they intrude in your life. They want you to come back by 9 o'clock, and they will have all sorts of questions for you. They will ask you who's that guy, even if it's your brother.
Should you not have the freedom to choose where you live? If you have faced any sort of discrimination when buying or renting a home, call in at 9 p.m. tonight and join us on the Urban Debate with our editor, Faye D'Souza. Moving on here on the property news, elections to municipal corporations across several areas in Andhra Pradesh could be delayed. Sources in the state government have told us that they are still putting systems in place after the split with Telangana, which is one of the reasons for the delay. In fact, the government had postponed civic elections thrice earlier, and we have Suesha Sawant getting us more details. Suesha.
Elections to the municipal corporations of Kakinada, Guntur, Kurnool, Ongole, Tirupati, Vizag are unlikely to be held this year. In fact, the polls were originally scheduled to be held in March 2014, but the government kept postponing it due to various reasons. In fact, the government has also issued orders extending the term of officers of these municipal corporations till December 31st, and they're hoping that the elections take place by the end of this year or early next year. Now, most of these areas suffer from civic issues of sanitation, roads, water, municipal schools and healthcare. Our sources tell us that these municipal corporations are suffering from deficient budgets. They're struggling for funds. The taxes are not enough for paying salaries, and nobody but the citizens at the end of the day are the one who are the real sufferers.
Thank you, Suesha, for that update. Now, builders violating environmental norms will have to pay a heavy price henceforth. The National Green Tribunal has cracked the whip on errant builders. It has directed the civic authorities to impose heavy fines on erring builders flouting norms and causing dust pollution. Deepa Rana gets us this report from New Delhi.
Building constructions in areas like Dwarka, Janakpuri, Najafgarh, Noida as well as Gurgaon have led to widespread dust and air pollution levels in Delhi. It is now that the National Green Tribunal has directed that construction sites creating air and dust pollution levels in Delhi will have to pay environmental norms and environmental fine depending on their plot size. In fact, construction sites with a plot area of more than 20,000 square meters will be liable to pay at least 5 lakh rupees as environmental fine to the NGT, along with other construction sites like construction sites built on a plot area of 500 to 20,000 square meters will have to pay a fine of 50,000. Construction sites built on a plot size of 200 to 500 square meters will have to pay a fine of 30,000. Now, this is depending on the plot size area. The NGT has also directed the municipal corporations along with the DDA to collect this fine and heavily identify the sites in the construction areas where construction sites are there and they are creating dust pollution levels in the Delhi NCR region. Now, we also spoke to the municipal commissioners as well as the MCDs, and they have told us that currently they are examining the NGT's order and they are going to identify these construction sites in their areas and submit a report to NGT in a period of 2 weeks' time. This is Deepa Rana reporting for Magic Bricks Now in Noida.
Moving away from all of that and on to some knowledge on interiors, then we have Magic Bricks Now's Aditi Singh meeting up with Sandhya Gothri of Sanctum and talking about vintage and industrial designs. Take a look.
Sanctum store, which is based in a suburb of Mumbai. Though it's been in operation for just about half a decade, but it has already marked a niche for itself in the world of furnishings. And also joining me right now is the owner of the store, Sandhya Gorthi, who's going to share this beautiful journey that she undertook 5 years ago. Now, the first thing that I noticed was the structure of the store. It's quite rustic, right? Was this there already?
No, actually. It was a brand new building and a beautifully done up POP structure.
Yeah.
But we wanted to give it the feel of like an urban greenhouse. And so we stripped the false ceilings, we stripped the paint,
I can actually see the pipes also running across.
Yeah, so it was really useful. We just used the bare skeleton of the place. It was also quite a challenge, for example, to get painters to not paint neatly. I had to tell them, "Aankhein band karke karo, aankhein band karke karo." They won't get it. You know, they want to paint. The need to paint in straight lines and in rectangles is so strong. But I think they had fun as well. Exhibit A, you can see the mess here.
Yes,
that's our hot mess.
So tell me about the furniture here. As we spoke about it, previously during the chat. Again, I see that old world charm.
Yes.
Which is reflected definitely through that piece.
Yes. I love this piece. It's a very classic design. So what we've taken is, we've taken a very classic structure, and the print on this is chevron, which is again another classic. We've just paired the two together, and you have this rather unique looking piece, which is sort of half French, half British. You don't know quite where it's from, but it certainly looks unique and quirky. So this is a piece I wanted to show you. So these were actual windows for a house, but they're now the doors of this sideboard. It's got a light wash. Some of it was the original paint, some of which we've added to the rest of the wood. So this piece is about 34,000, if I'm not mistaken. Like this piece, for example. So these are actually just windows, and we've converted them into like a diptyque of photo frames, and you can put whatever you want in them.
And with that, it is a wrap on this edition of the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.